Okay.
I mean,
what are we doing?
I don't know. This was hey.
It's an experience.
You know what? You allow me to do all my ideas.
Yeah.
I need to
That's true. I do. I always support your ideas.
You
even
do.
Though I know they suck.
Well, we'll find out.
Well, I mean, how's the page going? How's your top 5 going?
We're gonna shoot some more today, and we're gonna find out. I can tell you how they were going.
Round. How was your first round?
Amazing.
Yeah, was it?
2 days, 1,000 views, and you made me delete it.
No.
Yeah.
But now you made your own page. How's
Yes.
that going?
Oh, I need to get some more up there.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'll start promoting it when I get 100.
Okay. All right. You ready to start?
100 posts. Yep.
All right. Let's hit it.
Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show. What's Good Tampa Show. This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City, here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
Well, that amped me up. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, when I lean back like this,
Yeah.
you can still see me.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show. If you'll notice, we're in a new setting here.
Yeah, we rented this condo just for the show. This is going to be sick.
Well, we wanted to try something different.
I agree.
Just change the scenery. I feel like that alone will catch people's eyes, at least those who watch it. Like
I agree.
The clips, because they'll just be like, where are they?
Yeah, exactly.
This is different than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, what am I missing? They're really moving up. They rented a place that's basically a party house for their podcast. But no, I will say too. Thank you guys. Let's start right out for everybody listening. I told you just this weekend I had over four people.
Whoa.
4 or 5 people saying something about wanting to know more about these stories that we've been talking about on the pod. So I wanted to tell you too, as we go through, we might have to elaborate a little bit more, as dicey as it gets or as not. I really think we have to be less censored about what we're talking about, because a lot of people are like, listen, I watch. I want to know what there's got to be more to this story, and you're only giving us enough to where
is there a particular story they're having to bring
there's
up
a couple, and
we'll
get into a couple. Like, well, I'll tell you what they said this time. I had 2 stories that they wanted to elaborate on. Number one, with the podcast, they said, you always mention this guy Fitz or Fitzy,
no.
And so like that is like one of the things that a lot of people are asking me about. Yeah. And I understand that maybe Fitz has reached out to you, and he's not happy when we even because
he doesn't want you to keep talking about him
bad
at all, and you're doing it again.
Well, I'm just giving what the people want. So, like, I got to be honest with you. Yeah,
be honest.
He's a character on the show. When Artie Lang was on the Howard Stern show and he left because of his heroin addiction,
right?
Did they keep talking about him, or because Artie was mad? Of course they did.
No, they had to stop. No, remember Howard was like, "We're not bringing up Artie anymore. No talking about Artie."
Oh, well, at least no one's doing that here.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad. What I'm saying is people wanted to elaborate on that story.
Okay. So, I don't think we should.
Okay. So,
I mean, you can if you'd like, but
yeah, maybe a Patreon.
Yeah, that'll be on the Patreon.
Okay. But anyway, shout out. Hey, listen, there's no hard feelings on this side, and I hope there's no hard feelings. And it sounds like from the messaging you've had too, there was no hard feelings either way. So I think everything's good.
Everything's good. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why don't we thank our sponsors, Vigilant MMA, Heightened Aesthetics, and Tampa Bay Marine Group for making another week possible.
Thank you guys so much.
Show. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah.
We had 4 shows.
Okay.
2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Absolutely.
2 big headliners came in. And so it was. They were surprise guests on the Dirty shows on Friday and Saturday. It's very good. We've had a lot of headliners that actually pop over and do a spot.
Right.
So shout out to those guys, Andy Haynes and Zach O'Ryan. Zach O'Ryan actually is going to pop in for a spot tonight on the open mic, which is awesome. Dude, just such funny comedy stuff. And Andy Haynes is the husband of Rosebud Baker that's on the Burt Kreischer tour right now. So that was a pretty cool pop, and he's very funny. He was headlining at Coastal. Yeah, it always goes to comedy in the weekends.
Yeah, that's your whole schedule pretty much.
That's my gimmick.
Yeah, that's your gimmick.
Yeah, that's my gimmick.
Yeah.
How about you? You went away.
I had a crazy weekend.
Where'd you go?
I had to go to Cleveland for my cousin's wedding.
Ugh, Cleveland.
I've never been to Cleveland before, but
Love it?
I thought it was nice, actually. It was better than I expected.
Were you in Cleveland or like the suburbs?
No, I was in the middle of the city, in the middle of downtown. Yep. It was a nice city. I mean, I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So that was
Do
pretty
they have
cool.
one of those like everywhere?
No, there's only one Rock and Roll.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking Hard Rock Casino.
The Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
All right, so you go to Cleveland.
I go to Cleveland.
To a wedding.
To my cousin's wedding. Just in the meantime, like in the spare time, I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was pretty cool. Got to see all the cool music stuff from back in the day. And then we had the actual wedding, the wedding night, which got a little out of control.
Now, tell me, out of control. Are we talking about a beach brawl here?
Not a beach brawl, but things got a little wild. There was, the reception afterwards, which always gets wild.
Now,
right?
Are we talking open bar? Is this one of those
open
gimmicks?
bar? Yep, open bar. There was so this was actually at the Cleveland Zoo.
Okay.
And there was an animal encounter. So
hold on.
Yeah.
This is at the reception. The reception was at the zoo.
The whole wedding was at the zoo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no,
Are
I'm
they
serious.
like animal trainers?
No, I don't know.
They love animals.
They just like animals.
Wait. There was a wedding.
There was a wedding at
the zoo.
Supposedly, the zoo there in Cleveland is really famous, and there's a lot of people do weddings and stuff there. From what I hear, I mean, obviously never heard of that before, but yeah. So they had a wedding there at the zoo.
And the reception.
Yeah, and the reception.
Please tell me one of the monkeys got into the alcohol.
No, so no monkey got in the alcohol, but they did have an animal encounter, which is basically they brought an armadillo and a hedgehog and a few other small random animals, so you could pet them, and they talked about them. And so then after they did the animal encounter, and that was right before the reception, they had the animals over there in the corner. And then the reception starts going on. The mother-son dance, the father-daughter dance, that whole fun
Next
thing
thing you know, the animals have a human encounter.
Next thing you know, the party on the dance floor starts to getting, fired up. People are going crazy dancing. There was this one guy in particular who was just way too drunk.
Now, did you know? Was it one of those on the when you have cocktail hour before the whole gimmick?
Yeah.
Could you tell he was going to be that guy?
I could tell immediately when he got on the dance floor that he was going to be that guy, because he immediately jumped on somebody else's shoulders and basically took them down. So
rode them.
Yeah,
they were going to support him.
Yeah, exactly. Just ran up randomly behind them, grabbed him on the shoulders, and tried to hop up onto the back of his neck, and they both just tumbled down to the floor, face first, smashing down on the ground on the dance floor.
Blood?
No blood, but
concussions.
He hurt himself so bad that he actually pissed himself on the dance floor.
Okay.
Didn't stop him though.
So he's instead of a puking rally, it was a pissing rally.
Yeah. So he
pisses himself, keeps drinking.
He basically pisses himself, keeps drinking, and then proceeds to go over to the armadillo cage and starts to try to take the armadillo out of the cage and bring it on the dance floor.
He wants to have an encounter.
Yeah, so I mean, basically everybody had to basically calm this guy down, hold him back, and he was adamant he was going to get this armadillo and dance with it.
Okay.
So basically, long story short,
he wasn't able to.
With his smelly pee pants, he wasn't able to get a hold of the armadillo, had to kick him out of the wedding. Bye-bye.
Now, who is this guy to the party?
And that's the other thing. This guy was
a rando.
Yeah, he was kind of a rando.
He was a wedding crasher.
He was the wife, his wife knew the groom, I think.
Okay.
So he was just kind of tagging along with her.
He's sure, I'll get hammered.
Yeah, why not? Free open bar,
Wow.
armadillos. This is.
Now,
the place
what kind
to
of
be.
swagger did he have? Was he nicely dressed or just sloppy?
He was a short king. He was he was 5'1".
Okay.
But
damn.
Heavy 5'1".
Heavy 5'1".
Heavy 5'1".
Not quite a midget.
Not quite.
Can we say midget?
I don't think you're supposed to.
Why? Everyone's a midget to me. You're a midget to me. You're 6 foot.
Okay. Well, I just think.
What were you, 5'10", and you say you're 6 foot?
I say I'm 5'11".
Okay. Not terrible then. You're not lying.
No.
I've got 5'11" friends. You know who you are. You say you're 6 foot all day.
Yeah. Well,
no. Okay. So short king tries to get the armadillo out.
Gets kicked out of the wedding. Beat himself.
Wife has to go too.
Wife had to go too.
Sorry to the
how
groom.
Embarrassing. Yeah. Sorry to the bride and groom. But overall, though, the wedding was awesome.
That's
great time. But yeah, it was quite the scene there for
man. Is that the craziest thing you've ever seen at a wedding?
That's probably the craziest thing I've seen at
really?
a wedding so far. What's the craziest thing you've seen at a wedding?
I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it. It was a wedding that just happened. I told you my brother's wedding was a craziness up in Vermont. So I don't really want to get into that right now.
No, yeah. Why don't we talk about it?
Because sharing stories you just were cousin of this, that, and the other. But I'll put it this way.
Okay, so it wasn't your brother; it was a different person's wedding.
Yeah, it was a different. It was my brother's wedding.
Well, I was trying to get you
somebody.
out of
No. But what I was going to say is, weddings are wild when you have them. They were, like I said, at this resort. So typically you would have a reception in the building.
Right. Gotcha.
Well, there's a cold plunge. There's a hot tub. Let's just say elderly folk falling in the pool fully clothed.
Oh no!
Splashing. I'm gonna die. During the reception.
Wow.
Throwing the life. The little circle and trying to pull
70
out, 70 years old, and random. No, I don't even know. probably was on my side of the family. Who knows? But
don't even
I
know
don't
who these old people
know
were?
who these people were. I
my
don't even
God.
know who these people were. But it was a fun time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
No one pissed their pants, but full clothes in the pool gimmick, tough.
Yeah, that's terrible. And when you're that old too, you think
Kids are freaking out, like, what's going on
were
here?
the kids crying and stuff.
No, but like they're just what's going on. You know what I mean? My kid probably just did a cannonball in the pool while they're trying to pull her
jump right
out.
in.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
But no, weddings get wild, and that's
Yeah.
why there's so many like movies about weddings and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's cool that like when you get to like fly in just to get to see it all.
Right.
From your standpoint, it was probably a lot of fun because you have you don't have to do anything. You're just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the show.
I'm just enjoying the show, and it was cool to go. I mean, it was like I'm not a big fan of like destination weddings, like we have to get up and go somewhere, But
the zoo.
the zoo, but I will say it was Cleveland. Like I said, was a pretty cool city. I'd never been there before, and otherwise I never would have gone. And I never traveled for the last like.
Is it
15
good
years.
enough to go back to Ohio?
Okay.
So you had a fun
I don't
time
know.
at the wedding.
I had a fun time at the wedding.
makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that was pretty much my whole.
No, that's
weekend.
cool. That's cool.
Didn't get home until about like 2:00 in the morning
Ooh.
last night. Yep, had a 10:00 flight. Of course, it gets delayed.
Yeah, what's up with all the delays? I've noticed that actually.
Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
had family flying too, and every single one of them gets delayed by a couple hours.
Well, and what I heard, like the later your flight is, the better chances are it gets delayed, just because there's so many connections along the way. Somewhere
Right.
during the day, things go wrong, and that way those night flights get delayed all the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucked, man.
So
but-
you get in at like 2 a.m, and then you're right back to work.
and then I'm right back to work by 9 a.m. So that kind of sucked today. It was a little bit of a struggle, but made it through.
Now, how's the flights for you? I just flew, like I said, up to Vermont, and flights these days are very non-social. They're just cold.
What do you mean, like people don't talk?
Not only that, and when they do you really want, like, the kids crying, screaming?
Yeah.
It used to be just like, I remember when I was a really young kid, I think 12 or 13, I flew by myself down to Florida just to stay with my grand for 2 weeks. And I did the Adventure Island, all the good stuff. When you're a kid, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I just remember going there, sitting next to some dude, just having drinks, kicking it, nice to me. Like, it's one of those things too. I think he might have even been like like somebody that was traveling on the plane that was, or maybe it was for business, but it just seemed like a lot more friendly people. Like there wasn't like this weird, just like, what would you like? A Diet Coke? They take a full thing of ice and they pour, like 2 sips of a
right.
Coca-Cola
I
or
didn't notice
a
that.
Sprite. So it just seems like it's just not fun. I would rather, even if it takes a day, I'd rather drive up, stop at cool places, stay over, to make it a 4-day longer trip on a vacation.
Well, that's because you don't have an actual job.
What do you mean?
You don't have a job.
Oh, I've worked my ass off
No,
over there.
You don't have a job. Your wife pays for everything. Her and her family pays for everything. You don't do anything.
That's
so you
ridiculous.
Can
You're
easily,
making it sound like I'm a trust fund baby without a trust fund.
No, you are. Well, I think maybe she's the trust fund baby.
Okay. No. What I guess what I'm saying is I work my
Easy to
damn
take
ass
4 days
off.
off when you don't have a job.
No, but a lot of the comics I know, they take days
Just
off.
go to
just
Vermont for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
For a wedding. That's 2
But we were
days.
still operating and killing it. They were doing awesome shows still. The gimmick rides tall.
yeah. That's right. So you have, that's right, because you have a whole support system now at the gimmicks.
I love it, man.
Wow. Okay, so you're more of a road trip guy than like fly somewhere.
100%. How about you? Just get there
Just get there
and get it in.
Yeah, get there. Yeah.
You don't like the idea of like, I'll be honest to you, it's bringing back up comedy, but like a Burt Kreischer that takes a van.
Yeah.
I like that idea than flying, doing the show and flying home. I like the idea of like you and like 10 or 15 people that are like doing something together.
Yeah.
It's like camping, but you're driving in a $150,000, van.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that could be appealing. I mean,
Yeah,
but-
it's fun.
but being in a car
You have a
with-
driver. You have a but I don't mind driving. I think I told you too. Before I owned my own gyms, I traveled for gyms for 3.5 years. I've been all over the country. I think 26 cities. So I would go from 6 to 8 weeks, and we would promote health clubs.
Right.
But we would build. We wouldn't be these like $100 for the year. Just join now. It wasn't like that. It was more like, hey, we're gonna get them in like contracts for extended amount of time to really get. So we would go there and teach but I was like 23, 24 years old. And my buddies, and we would go and help the small town health clubs, like learn how to promote properly, learn how to build a base of like contracted members instead of, and now the gym industry is crazy because everything went to, annual fees and free upfront fee. It used to just be like, month to month, it's whatever, cancel 3 days. Now it's just crazy because it's like, you join, then 2 weeks later you get hit with the annual fee. It's too bad. But here's the other thing too. I understand it being in the industry so long because it's so cyclical. You got the one $10 a month gym, cycles in for about 10 years. Equipment starts to break down. Well, there's another one that's beautiful, brand new, same price down the street.
Right.
Let me go to that one. They got all the new bells and whistles. So that one suffers. Well, that one grows 10 years and then cycles down. So, I would be going into towns of like 5 and 6, 10,000 people only, and they're the only show in town.
Is this when you were with LA Fitness?
Before.
Way
before. Yeah. This was, 4 years prior to that. This was all over the place.
What made you get into the gym business at all?
Just, you can't tell. I'm just I love working out.
I can tell.
Honestly, I worked. My first job ever was running a gym at the college. But you're not running a gym. You're just sitting there checking people in or whatever. But I enjoyed the idea of owning my own business, and I thought, getting in as a gym owner. Previous gym owner for many years, I enjoyed the business behind it because everyone was in there trying to better themselves.
Right.
I liked the idea. Everyone says sales, and everyone gets a bad name.
Right.
I think why I was so successful in the gym industry was because I was building relationships. I was valuing what I did to help people truly, and I like to see them every single day when they come in better than the day before. So for me, it was a lot of fun to see that progress because so many people just like, yeah, you're going to give me the speech, whatever. They would say used car salesman. Even when I worked at the big ones, I was like, well, if I was a car salesman, you're buying a Lamborghini. This is your body is the most important thing in your life. So I'm gonna make sure you get the best possible product and service. So for me, it was much more about building relationships with people. Than just like, let's sign somebody up and how much money can we get out of them? Because I think that's where it goes wrong. But now people just sign up online. Yeah. It's basically a kiosk, cut and dry. You know what I mean? Even working for some of the big boys for a long time, it's just back then it was a lot of effort in training, sales training, training on like, we did things where when we were done them, handing them to a personal trainer to just see, where their baseline was at. There was such a community. I was hand in hand with the personal training manager as the general manager, and it just slowly fades where it's like they don't want to deal with our bullshit. They've been a member of 7 different gyms. Yeah, they want to just join, and then they're thinking, I don't gotta pay them all that money. They can just click it online, right? And now you can get a 25-year-old kid for $50,000 a year. Yeah, to twiddle his thumbs and take a 2-hour lunch. So the game has changed in cities. Small towns, it's always going to be awesome. But unfortunately, in those small towns, it's a guy that's like, I'm going to make a gym that me and my friends would like. Right. That'll pay the bills. Right. And it won't. And it won't. Got it. It's like some old school bodybuilder gym that... Well, some people think they like that. And then you have the little old lady, I like it because they do it this way. But it's like... They only like that because that's the only option they have. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you would tell them, hey, your body's the most important thing you got. It's your temple. I mean, I don't know if that... Yeah. You're not in sales, are you? Well, I mean... Because sales, here's what I would say. It's hard to say... When you say sales, it's a dirty word. Okay. People think sales is a dirty word. So no, I didn't say, your body and everything's the most important. It's a temple. No, I probably wouldn't say those words. That's kind of What would you say? Oh, you know what I would say? Give me more information about what you got going on, what brought you in here today, or what made you think about possibly doing something to be in the best shape or headed towards the best shape of your life. You could just be like, hey, do you want to look like me? No? Then sign up for this gym today. What do you mean? Oh, you say, look like... See, I don't even want to get in the underlines because here's the thing. 99% of the people that go to the gym are at some level of their zero. Very few people, those people that are jacked out of their mind on the like all the good stuff, you know what I mean? That they're going to do it for bodybuilding or anything like that. That's such a small percentage of people in the gym. Yeah. The people in the gym, the largest percent is the couch potato market. Right. It's the people that have been sedentary for multiple years. Yeah. And those are the people that are like, listen, I just want to get back to my zero. Their zero might have been the last time they're in the best shape 20 years prior.
Sure.
I just want to get back to there.
Right.
Because zero has to, like, in their mind, it's so far in the future. So if you're like, hey, you know, you're going to get ripped, you're going to get this. Like, that's not what the gym industry was.
Yeah. And you were never a personal trainer. You were just
I hate to say it, I was a certified personal trainer for many years. And I had many amazing clients. And there again, too, it's been a while since I've had a six pack. My college days are a long time away. But again, I'll sprint with you. I'll play any game of sport. I mean, I feel a little shade coming from you.
Oh, no,
and
here's
the deal. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I'll take anything athletic whatsoever.
Right.
Give me 6 months. I have
6
6
months.
weeks. No, I was
Jeez.
gonna say if you say weightlifting,
Yeah.
give me 6 weeks. I'll probably be there. But anyway, what I'm saying is, no, it's not about being a bodybuilder in the gym industry. Mm-hmm. It's about acquiring new people that want to better themselves every single day. Right. So that's what I help do. And yes, as a personal trainer, no one said, okay, before we get started, this all sounds awesome. And I've been training with you could I see your six pack real quick? Mm-hmm. Because GME trainers have been ripped, shredded, that are terrible. Yeah. They're just counting reps.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, bitching about how much they're not getting paid.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, well, you might need to start training again, and you might need 6 months because I think you have a competition coming.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I think you do because...
And we'll get into that after we get back from the break, but you're right. I mean, if something happens where I have to, step up to the plate, I have to get this shoulder taken care of.
Yeah, and I think you do have to step up to the plate.
You think so?
Soon. I do.
I don't think so.
I do because not only were you... talking shade on DJ.
Oh, I wasn't taking shade. I wasn't talking shade. I was
you just said he was
telling him how it was.
Power.
What I said was, he said he's a 210. He was 260. All I said was, man, the weight loss. I wonder. I don't know if he's got that power he used to have.
Well, I think we'll find out.
And then we watched his. With his helmet on, we watched that fight, and the pop wasn't what I remember.
Yeah,
but maybe it is. Maybe it's just as poppy. Maybe he's going to do one, without a helmet.
Well,
but
I think we'll find out September 23rd,
and we'll be there.
And we will be there.
And not only that, we'll be right back because we want to hear from one of our favorite sponsors and your favorite places to go in Tampa. We'll be right back.
Okay,
we are back.
We're back. What a sponsor break that was.
It was.
And two, we should just keep it recording because that's when the madness happens.
It does.
I know.
Well, we were just talking about something off camera, and you always say, Sean, no, I don't think that's a good idea to continue talking about it. So I'll tell you, then we won't go into that, and now everyone's going to say, no, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah, I guess
so.
You're right. We'll see if we get that response.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so we'll see. Again, we'll be there September 23rd, Vigilant MMA.
Oh, yes. Shout out, Brandon.
Yeah, I had a lot of people ask me, what? I thought DJ was going to be on the episode to talk to Sean, confront Sean.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed when he no-showed us.
What, did he no-show us? Or he told us he wasn't coming, right?
Well, he told us he wasn't coming 15 minutes after he was supposed to be there.
Oh, okay.
So
shout out DJ Tice.
I wouldn't have showed up.
You know what?
Huh.
He's throwing shade. Maybe that's his gimmick.
You think that's what it was?
You know what, dude?
That was his way of getting back at us.
Maybe he's just like, Sean, I'll show you that power I got in my right hand. I ain't showing up.
That's a weak move.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. So anyway,
sounds like Austin's got some beef here. I don't want to get in the middle of it.
I have beef with anyone that just no-shows.
Have we ever had no-shows before?
Yeah, we had.
What was the last one?
Florida Ski Riders. He was supposed to show up. And then he no-showed us because he said he had a Tampa Bay Lightning thing. But why not just call?
We were at that game.
Why not just call ahead of time and be like, "Hey, can't make it," instead of us waiting around like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
To show up,
And then we can't shoot the pod because we just don't got the juice.
Well, yeah. Well, it just throws the whole mindset off, Anyway.
Well, let's get this thing cracking. Oh, I got a crazy story for you.
What happened?
So I was walking in Ybor, and it was a hot day, but I was just promoting our show.
This is recent?
This was Friday night. So I'm walking kind of off the beaten path, a block away from 7th, but up and outside the city limits, if you will, just trying to get the name out there.
Yep.
You know how I do. I do my walks around the circle.
Yep.
And, dude, a car accident. So it was probably only going 20 miles an hour, so I don't think it was crazy, but they rolled over a mailbox into the side of a building.
Ooh.
Okay? But it was one of those boarded up house buildings, so it wasn't like somebody was living there. No one was there, obviously.
God,
and the car stops, right? Uh-huh. Smoke coming out of it. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm walking down, I'm seeing this from 500 yards away. I see it. I'm behind the car, and I see it swerve off, and boom!
Oh, shit.
I'm like, what the heck? Meantime, as I'm doing that, I see this guy. I'm not judging him, but it was a homeless man. Actually, I'd just given him money a little bit earlier. Yeah, because he's just saying, anything can help.
Yeah.
And he starts pedaling kind of at his own pace, not fast.
Was he a white guy with a mullet?
Towards the accident.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm walking, but, they're way far. And I see him, and he pulls this person out of the car.
Oh, shit.
Like not unconscious, but like out of it. The person who was in the car, like no blood really, but like just out of it. Like,
oh my God.
And pulls him out, and he's like, I see them kind of like, you okay thing. And this guy was, he's I don't even know if he had shoes on. He's rolling on the streets.
Oh, wow.
And this homeless hero, he pulls the guy out of the car, and the guy's like on the grass, like, are you gonna be okay? Has his phone, he's down 911, not the homeless person, the guy, and the guy just pedals off.
Really?
Didn't stay, wait, nothing.
The homeless guy just
Pulls the guy out of the car,
sets him down,
Super
make sure he's awake.
make sure he has the phone to call, and just like wasn't even like it looked from me because I'm 5 football fields away, and it looked like what the heck is going on?
Right.
First, I was like, okay, was there a fight or this guy was running away? I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I took a right, and I didn't want to see what happened, but I just saw the guy pedal off, and it was like, jeez.
That's bizarre. Do you think he pulled the person out of the car and then looted him? Like
stole his shit,
and then ran off? Well, why would you just run off?
I wasn't trying. Honestly, dude, when I saw everything was okay, or I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't going into that situation.
You weren't going to help.
I was late. I was late for there was a show coming up. I had to get back.
So when the homeless guy ran off and the person was just laying there.
Not ran off, pedaled off, but like at his own pace, not like super fast.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, I was too far away to see if he went in his pockets. Maybe that's what he did.
Yeah, and then you just saw the person laying there and just walked off, went back to
I
your
saw him
shop.
like on his phone.
Oh, so he was
like,
conscious now.
Yeah, well, he was never unconscious. He was like delirious. It looked like he got up, like slow to his knees, but then that guy pedaled off, and I'm like,
what the hell? I wonder if it's the same homeless guy that threw the bottle at me. You think?
That's crazy.
What if it was? So one day he's trucking bottles to people, next day he's saving lives.
I would love it.
Wow, we got to find that guy.
Do you think he stole stuff out of his pockets? Be honest. What do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think he stole, or was he just trying to be a hero?
Maybe he was just trying to be a hero.
Making good with God.
A good guy. Yeah, maybe he's just a good guy.
Well,
then it couldn't be the same guy.
Hey, if you're out there and you're listening, I don't know if that guy's. Well, now he's got a phone. Maybe he stole that guy's phone.
Yeah, maybe that's.
I don't think so. I literally think I'm always a glass half full guy.
Okay.
I know sometimes you're a glass half empty guy.
Yeah.
But I think he helped him.
Wow.
And he was trying to prove himself to be a good human.
Wow. And then, so I wonder what happened with that guy. I wonder if he had like a
I was being a good human too, just to make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
And then I just walked off.
I wonder if the dude had a stroke or heart attack, like why he ran off the road and into the house. Like why did that happen in the first place?
In my mind, there's two ways. Number one, there's some bad potholes on the side roads. Uh-huh. So if he hit it, and it kicks you into the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
If you
he just lost control.
That's what I think happened. Yeah.
Holy crap!
But I wasn't like when you're paying attention to something, but you're not really paying attention.
Yeah.
You remember it how you remember it, but a lot of times it's not how it happened.
Right.
So it wasn't like I remember exactly. I remember seeing the car in front of me.
Yeah.
But I was probably looking down or something, and I look up and I saw the. So I think if you were to ask me, gun to my head.
Yeah.
Before he hit the mailbox on the other side, he hit a pothole or something swerved him or he wasn't paying attention, lighting a cigarette, whatever. Recorrects, drives it into a.
Damn. And thank God it was like an empty building. Like you said.
I know.
Like, wow, that's scary.
Crazy.
Yeah, right over here down the street on Kennedy, literally right across Kennedy here.
Yep.
There's that Atomic Tattoos.
How is that?
Well, I've never had a tattoo down there.
I thought that maybe that's where you got that.
No, definitely.
The quality's different?
I don't have no idea.
Okay. Maybe they're as good. Why'd you have to go all the way to Miami if you could have just went to Atomic Tattoos?
I didn't
Probably not.
Just didn't see it. But anyway, yeah, somebody going across Dale Mabry, this was a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month or two ago now, but dude had a heart attack while he was driving, flew through the Vitamin Shop parking lot into the side of the Atomic Tattoo, went through the wall. Like half of his car was inside the actual tattoo shop.
And walked away.
I don't know what happened to the guy, but luckily the tattoo shop wasn't open yet. So
it's scary to think, too, all the things that can happen on the road.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a big accident?
Not a big accident, no.
I've never been in a big accident, but like fender bender. Like I've been stopped at a red light, rear-ended.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I've had that.
Not hard, though, like 5 miles an hour.
Have you ever hit someone?
Funny story, but I don't want to talk about it.
No.
I did. You want me to tell you when?
Yeah.
Dude, I was showing off in high school,
Oh,
and
of
people that
course.
watched it. I had a Grand Prix, Pontiac Grand Prix,
Yep.
and we're leaving school. I was 16, I think. I just got my license, and the bus was in front of me. We didn't have cell phones back then, but I was like looking out to the people walking out away from school, like revving my engine or something.
Right.
Boom! Hit into the back
Right.
of the bus.
Oh shit.
But it was like, again, going 2 miles an hour. Bus driver gets out, you know, and back then I'm there like, what the?
Like the school bus?
Yeah,
or
but
like
then
one
I
of
just do this thing too. Like I do this thing where I turn around,
Uh-huh.
like it's the person behind me hit me. Like, what's going on? Just playing it off, straight face playing it off.
terrible.
And back then too, this guy might as well been smoking a cigarette. The bus driver looked like the homeless guy on the bike,
Right.
where I come from.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
so he gets out swearing at me probably, whatever. Looks at the damage. My car was damaged. The bus wasn't. He just drove it off. Like I ain't
Oh.
putting up with that. See, nowadays it goes through a whole thing. You
Yeah.
load the kids off the bus.
Yeah.
I'd have to deal with it, you know?
Yeah, I did the same. I rear-ended somebody once. I don't know why I just did, but like I don't remember if I just was on my phone or something stupid. I don't really remember, but
How
yeah,
fast were you going?
Not that fast. I mean,
So 15, 20
It did
gimmick?
the same thing where like my car was fucked up. His truck, he had like a Denali, some big
Didn't
truck.
care.
Didn't fuck it up or anything. He just drove off. And it's like,
Dude,
okay,
I had
well,
one other thing.
Huh.
This was, I want to say, like maybe 10 years ago, and it was here. It was in Clearwater. And I was coming back from work, and one of those merge lanes onto Route 19, 19, the highway. And boy, these Canadians down here are wild.
Oh yeah.
Now, maybe it was my fault, maybe it wasn't. But you know how they like merge into one?
Right.
But like you can stay on the right-hand side to go like local or go on the left to get up on 19.
Yeah.
So I was merging over from that side. Maybe no blinker, I'm not sure. Dude, this car comes, rips my side mirror off with his side
Oh,
mirror.
shit.
Pull over, nothing wrong with his car, but my car just hanging side
Right.
mirror.
Oh god.
Now,
yeah.
he's just like, what were you doing? And I was like, oh, then I saw he was Canadian. So I'm like, sweet, maybe he was driving terrible.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Good-
don't they
good
drive
shit.
terrible when they're
I
down
have
here?
no idea. Yeah, I guess so. It's
Guys, if you
different.
know, if you could comment, do Canadians drive horrible, or is that just me making up something?
You might be just making up something, but yeah,
Shit.
it's wild, dude.
Can I be canceled for talking shit on Canadians?
You could, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, totally. So what about like outside of comedy, right?
Huh?
What else we have going on in your world? Anything that's coming up this week?
No, we have 7 shows this week. Oh, the roast, baby. And listen, we told everyone we were doing it. It's Thursday. I told everybody we're doing it.
I told
On
you
that-
I wasn't doing it.
I think you need to do one more.
No, dude.
I think we have to come up with
My comedy career is over.
me and you have to go at it one more time to open the show, I think.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's Thursday. Can you come up with?
'Cause you're just gonna come
Can
up
you come
and-
up with 3 jokes about me by Thursday?
All you're gonna do, that's easy, but I don't want to bother. You're just gonna go in there and laugh so hard at your own jokes again. that people are gonna think that you
This is
won.
my second time, so I'm actually going to try to improve. Because remember
Oh.
we were talking about it's a little bit of improvement and creating relationships. So here's the deal. I think it'll help everybody. I think the show should be recording it, and I think we should do it live on the podcast. Setup gimmick. We have to go up there one last time. What do you think? You're not committing,
I'm not committing,
but maybe.
But maybe.
Okay.
We'll see, because we have to record a podcast on Thursday.
True.
We'll see how I'm feeling,
All right.
and then maybe we'll play a
We'll pregame too. If I get a couple of vodkas in you, we'll see how it goes.
That'll make it easier. That'll make it easier for me. But yeah, I don't know. I got a couple things this week. I'm going to Beyonce on Wednesday.
Oh, cool. Where's she playing?
She's playing at Raymond James. So
Do you think she'll outsell Taylor Swift's gimmick?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
So
big
it
time.
is going to do better than the Ed Sheeran concert, I think.
I didn't even know he was here.
He was here like 2 months ago.
Okay.
And that was a big one, but
Taylor wins the day.
I think Taylor wins,
Especially in
today.
Florida.
Yeah, I think so. So that's on Wednesday.
So you're going to
Good old
Beyonce, one of your
Beyonce.
favorites when you were a kid.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I get to watch her shake it.
Yep.
You know, and then have you ever been to a monster truck show? I'm going on Saturday.
No.
Yeah, the Monster Jam is back.
Sick.
Emily Arena. So,
Maybe as a kid.
yeah.
But where I'm from, small town, 3,000 people, we had this little dirt track. So I didn't see a monster truck, but I did see like pickup trucks rear-ending each other, like a smash-up derby.
Sweet. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually have those go on too. There was a name for that.
Crash-up derby.
Crash Up Derby?
Yeah.
I thought there was a different name, but it was definitely something Derby. But anyway, yeah, it's the monster truck thing. I haven't been to one of those since I was a kid.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'll never forget too. It was the Saturday before the Royal Rumble 1995, which was
Dang.
at the Sun Dome here in Tampa. And so they had the Undertaker come out,
Sick.
and the monster truck drove over him. It was wild.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like I mean, not like over him literally, like it ramped over him. Like he
Did
stood
he sell
there.
it like he was scared? Or
No, he stood there with his arms up. You know how he does that
fire.
thing? Yeah, and then all of a sudden the monster truck comes out because it was called the Grave Digger. That was
that was my
truck.
favorite monster truck.
Yeah, so that came out and drove over him. Like
That's pretty
ramped
sick
up
gimmick.
over him. Yeah, I'll never forget. But that was
You know,
cool.
to be honest with you too, and this is just me. I'm not judgmental in any way, shape, or form.
No,
but
of
like,
course.
I could see you kind of go both sides of the fence. You're a monster truck guy when you're a kid, and a Beyonce guy.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I mean,
that's like that would describe, I think, your two sides of your personality. Beyonce and monster trucks.
That's why anyone can have a good time with me because I'll do anything from Beyonce to monster trucks.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm all over the map.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah. Anyway, should we take another quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break before we
Sponsors,
wrap up and thank another one of our sponsors because I think it's really important. And we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back.
All right, we're back.
We're not back yet. You can still see me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, outside of that, this week, that stuff going on, I already mentioned.
Yeah.
Last week I started therapy. Yep.
You did.
I did.
Finally.
Finally.
It's where you need to be.
I feel like I need it.
I would agree.
Yeah. So.
So what's he working on? Or is it a she? I'm sorry for gendering.
Yeah. No. It's a they them.
For real, they them?
No, I'm just kidding.
We know how you
she.
like to make fun of the community.
It's a she.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the first session was great. I mean, she gave me some things to think about.
Okay.
One of the things was like, she thinks that I probably have some
demons,
suffer like from a little bit of paranoia.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure that's what she's thinking.
Ooh, that sounds like paranoia.
So yeah, so I don't know.
Okay. Now, what do you think about therapy?
I mean,
is it useful?
So far, it's been good.
Fun thing to spend your money on.
Yeah. I mean, she's just like you. She told me there was like two things I need to work on.
Well, only
three
two?
really.
Three.
Right. She said, the paranoia.
Yeah.
I need to listen better.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what she said.
You
the
weren't
third
thinking.
thing was. So yeah, I didn't really hear it, but. Anyway, so it's been good my first few times.
You should be a comic, dude. You're so funny.
I'm just telling you the way it is.
So basically, you're going to therapy, trying to make a joke about it. But like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You should be in therapy.
Yeah, no, and I am, and I'm not trying to make a joke about it.
No. I am though. No. Well, here's my thing. Can we bring the cameras in and you just be up front with the people and let's find out what's going on with you? Because to be honest with you, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I was meant to be a therapist.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think that like
I should be a life coach?
you really think so?
Well, here's the thing, and maybe because there's like narcissistic tendencies I have where I won't let myself get involved with because everyone's like, dude, if you're a therapist, you're hearing all these people's shit, like they're telling you about punching their kids and wife in the face, you know what I mean, and like whatever it may be, the long nights at spitting on people that you walk by on the street. But what I'm saying is like they go through all people's bullshit, and they have to carry that around. I wouldn't have to carry it around.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give two fucks.
This is the first time I've been back to therapy. I went one other time when I was in a relationship with a girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a couples therapy thing. And this wasn't my ex-wife. This was before.
Okay.
And yeah, she said the same thing to us. Like, you guys are here like over some like stupid petty bullshit. Like I'm dealing with people who are like alcoholics and like domestic abuse and this other shit, and you guys are like fighting over how often you're on your cell phone.
But Harry just left and kicks his fucking dog every night.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's bigger problems. Y'all need to get over it. Stop wasting my time.
Do you ever think about maybe you should go to a guy that helps you become more of a man? Like
no.
to handle your problems like a man. Like an 80s man.
Maybe that's the
like
type
an
of
80s
coach
man.
Is that the type of coach you would be?
Yeah, you need a coach where they're like, listen, your feelings, let's really dive in. I think there's a supernatural spirit that you're trying to talk to around you, and it's making you paranoid. How about this?
Spirit.
How about this? Sometimes you got to put one foot in front of the other. Pretend it's the 80s.
Being a pussy, basically.
Yeah, or here's some drugs.
Or yeah,
or this.
That's the last thing. As
or
soon
this.
as they tell me I need to start taking some drugs, I'm out of there.
Well, no. I'm saying this is what they said. You know what would really help you out? Your weed card, sir.
Your weed card. Yeah, give me one of those,
yep.
and
you'll be fine.
I'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're like? You think it's more important to have like a coach like that, kind of like a mental health coach, or do you think just spirituality?
I think mental health. Let me talk about mental health. That's important because I really think the more you talk about it, the more it becomes a problem. I mean, look at what do you think right now are the two biggest problems in this country right now?
Right now, the two biggest
problems in your opinion.
Man, gosh,
and don't say white supremacy. What is the two biggest problems facing? Is mental health one of those two?
Yeah, definitely.
And let me ask you a question. What year were you born?
84.
84. So in 2004, would you say the same thing?
That's a good question. I don't know, because I was looking at the world through a different lens in 2004.
And you probably weren't hearing about mental health issues as everything. Because it used to be mental health issues was like people that were like retarded.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
I don't think
or like drug addicts or whatever. Like mental health was a thing like you're crazy.
Right, yeah.
Now mental health is like, oh no, there's this like just like retarded is about or like autism, whatever. It's a spectrum now.
Yeah.
So is mental health.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what I'm thinking is in about 50 more years, the autism spectrum will grow into like everything will just be mental health, and there's a drug for that.
Really?
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's an interesting opinion.
Yeah. Well, we just can't figure it out with these talks, Austin. We're gonna have to get you on some SSRIs. Just don't shoot any schools up.
You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. But anyway.
Yeah. So I'm curious though. We don't have to elaborate, but if mental health's one of those two, what do you think? What are the two biggest problems in this country? Let's not get weird or whatever. I'll get weird, but what are the two biggest problems in this country?
Mental health and sexually transmitted diseases, I think.
So explain to me when you say so there's a lot of people fucking everybody.
I think so, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Mental health.
Yeah.
What is the biggest problem with mental health?
What's the biggest problem with mental health?
What is it?
See, I don't know that I am qualified to speak on this
In
stuff.
your opinion. You've got mental health issues. You just told us about
the biggest problem in mental health.
Yeah. Do you think? Look, can I give you a question?
Yeah.
Because you can tell I'm getting really excited about this.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the adults that are dealing with our kids and imposing what they think their filter of their life, and having the kids go home and adopting that instead of the parents? And I blame the parents as well for not being involved with their kids as much. Put them on a tablet and let them go when they get home. But then get pissed when they go to school and they learn some bullshit.
And somebody's actually talking to them, but with their ideology.
So do you think mental health, or is it they're getting bad information over and over and over again? And then they're making that fester in their house because they come home with this bullshit. Their parents aren't cool with it, but they go on the tablet.
Well, and that's the other part that's difficult to say because it's stuff that you say is bullshit. And I'm not saying I disagree with you.
No, bullshit. I'm just saying in general bullshit. I'm saying some of the shit we learned is bullshit when we were in school, too. I guess what I mean by bullshit is like the culture right now in schools. I'm not saying a specific thing. I'm not even getting into the trans issue or the, what books are in school. I'm not even saying that. I'm talking about math. I'm talking about science. I'm talking about social studies.
Well, you're calling that all bullshit?
I'm saying they're not teaching it like, go look at the public school curriculums in some of these states.
Yeah, I have no idea how.
So you haven't done the research.
Well, I don't have kids that are in school, so I don't pay any attention to how they're teaching kids in school these days.
Okay. Because it doesn't affect me.
Doesn't affect me.
There's where it comes from. You just, it doesn't affect you.
So
guess what? It will affect you because everything you do out there are ran by those kids from 15, 20 years ago on the bullshit that dealing with you. They're going to be your boss one day. Then it will be you.
How bad is like the Ukraine war affecting you? Or like how much is that on your mind?
It isn't.
It isn't because it's not affecting you.
No,
so just like the school system.
No, but it's not. It's not on my mind because it's not affecting me.
Okay. Well, this is.
It's because it's not one of the biggest issues in this country. It's not even in this country. So that's what I'm saying, though. But I bet you anything if you go into high school, I bet you anything.
Yeah.
There's people talking about that, hyping it up like it means something to these kids. Then they go home and are like, what you just said, it's because it doesn't affect me. That is not why I'm not interested in it.
Okay.
It's because it's not one of the biggest things in this country.
To you.
No, it isn't.
It doesn't affect you.
Well, here's what I would say then. If you're one of those person that think it's a top 2 problem in our country, the war in Ukraine, you've got mental health issues. Okay? That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, man, yeah, that's the way to say it.
That's what I'm telling you.
All right. Well.
But now you got me heated and you wanting to go. And
no, I just wanted your opinion on that. That's all.
So,
Yeah. Well, anyway. Does faith make you stronger, do you think?
does faith make me stronger or you? If you're asking me,
because don't you teach like Bible study or some shit?
it makes me the strong. Well, faith in what? Let's go for there too. Because faith has a lot of parameters.
Faith in God.
Faith in God, absolutely. For me personally, yeah. But faith. Let's go into this. Let's say you're a parent. Not to harp on it. Here we go. Don't you want to have faith that they're learning the right things in school? Don't you want to have faith when your kid's sick and you bring him to the doctor, that doctor has their best output and outlook? That doctor wants what's best for your kid.
Yeah.
When they go to their kid.
Yeah.
You know,
that's faith in that. That's not faith in God.
but that's right. Faith in God, I said, but faith in general. That's what we're losing. And I think that's where the mental health issue comes from, is because people are losing faith. Not just faith in God, faith in the institution. We talk about all the institutional bad shit that's happened to a lot of different types of people. How about the institution that's every single person from every single creed, race, everything? What about the bullshit that they learn on a day-to-day basis no matter where they are? That's what upsets me, because people are losing faith in people, and that is causing mental health.
I want to go back to
problems.
I want to go back to when you asked me what the biggest problems are.
Yeah, so, you said STDs, and I'm like, you're getting out in the dating world here. I want you to be careful, Austin.
I think the other one is the division in the country, right? And that nobody now can say anything, and if you do, you are on one side or you're on the other, and the two sides can't have a conversation anymore about anything.
They've sold you that mindset.
Yeah, I believe that.
So it's winning. If that's what your mindset is, then you believe that, which you truly do.
I truly do.
And you know what you do because you believe that? You don't fucking look up anything.
I don't say anything.
And you don't even look up or research anything, because you're like, then it just puts me on one side or the other.
I see it. I see it every day. I see it all over the place. You know.
Because, hey, guess what? That means whoever did that, that operation they did on your psychology, okay?
They succeeded.
Because
how can you say that?
You know why?
You're saying there's
Ukraine war.
Yeah,
that's a touchy subject. You don't want to get into it, because then it might put you on some side.
I'm not educated enough to get on.
And why not?
Because it doesn't affect me.
No, because if you were educated enough to make comments about it, and somebody else that people hate said that same thing, but you agree with it, you're now put on a side. You're like, I don't want to be on a side.
Yeah,
I just want people to look at me for a person.
Yeah, well,
you've got mental health issues, but I'd like to help you through them.
I can't say
I want you to
anything.
have faith in people again.
I don't. I mean, they put the fear in you that you can't even say like the shows
Who's
you
they?
watch.
Who's they?
I
No
mean,
one. I'm not afraid of anybody.
I mean, the media in general.
The media. We're media.
Well,
newsflash, we're media.
Yeah. Well.
So who put the fear?
Like, I'm afraid. Like, if I say like
you're self-censoring.
Yeah, I self-censor. Yeah.
But the media doesn't say shit. I don't even watch the. Do you watch the mainstream media?
No,
well,
but
you should.
I'm saying in like your general day-to-day life, like I'm sure you have people in your circle that if you were to say something to, they would say you're wrong or you are.
Well, now I'm going to stop you right there. I say everything that's on my mind at all times. They have to censor if they don't want to talk about it. Yeah. And if they say, Sean, you can't say the word retarded, for instance, and because I just said it, or another slang that you used to call people, or anything like, and you just say it.
Yeah.
They censor.
Yeah.
That's what we need back, is the people that want to speak freely. They are the ones that should be saying, and the people, instead of the person that feels some way but don't want to say anything so they don't get in trouble.
Right.
You're self-censoring because something in your mind has told you, but if I say this, certain people might not like me.
All right, yeah.
That's crazy. That's mental health problems. And now think about this. It used to just be like drug addicts or whatever that were mentally ill.
Yeah.
Think about how many people that aren't mentally ill think the way you do, and now you have a mental illness too.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Have you ever heard, these things about, not even non-binary, I mean, it's getting wild, but these people that are going to take it as far as they can, I'm a furry, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a dog.
Yeah. Your pronouns are he, she.
That's not just, but that's not mental illness. That's just, you got to accept.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you're self-censoring to tell them they're not a dog, because in your mind it doesn't affect me. Well, until furries are serving you every single meal you have.
Yeah.
Now, I know they probably won't, but what I'm saying is you self-censoring is the problem. If enough people say it, and you don't listen to people saying, that's bigoted, that's hatred, or that's that.
Well, because some of it, I think, is insensitive.
Then don't say those things. If you think it's insensitive, don't say it because you think it's insensitive. But you just told me, you don't say it because you don't want people to hate you for what you actually believe.
I don't want people to think that I'm insensitive.
or judge you for something you believe in strongly that you just don't want to say to get in trouble, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. Guys, I'm glad we had a breakthrough today. And listen, I'm not a life coach, but now I'm going to go to life coaching schools because I would love to, and for free. I'm actually going to work for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to work for free.
Well, where can we sign up for your life coaching?
Oh, you can't. I'm not doing it. But if you could take anything from this, don't be mentally ill, especially if you're not already.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
And don't go to therapy anymore.
All right,
you'll be fine.
Over. Yeah.
Weed.
I don't even remember.
I don't even smoke weed, but you should.
Okay, I'll still think about it.
So anyway, you can find me at vintage_gimmick, and please just flood the comments with whatever you'd like, because don't self-censor. Tell me. And then where do we find you?
Tampa's Life, tampaslife.com.
Thank you so much for our sponsors. You gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Guys,
I think we're gonna lose them all after.
No, they love it because you know what? They're sponsors of our show.
I'll keep the show clean and censored.
Yeah, they know that there's one mentally ill person, and then am I insane? I don't know.
I think most people, if you put a poll up who was mentally ill, me or you, most people would vote for you.
Absolutely not.
I'm not so sure.
I say what I mean what I say. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. We are going to see you very shortly. We're going to do 2 episodes this week, 2 episodes next week. We got an awesome thing, and please comment. We're going to say if we get 50 comments, 50 on our platforms to say they want to see another roast between us two, will you do it? For 50 comments or DMs or anything like that, 50 of them.
50 of them, yeah, I'll do it.
50. Guys, come on. Say just Austin, do it. Don't be bashful and self-censor. Tell them you want to see it. I want to see it. We're going to make it happen. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show, or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you next time.